Don't stand there gawping like you've never seen a talking fox before. Now, today we're gonna do prowling up and down the square. That is, unless any of you have got anything better to do. Well, do ya?
Well, to be quite honest, Sarge, I'd rather go and watch that new movie, The Lion Angel.
The Lion Angel? What kind of crappy film is that?
Well, Sarge, it goes a little something like this.
Last night, I dreamt I was on my way to heaven. Whee! Whee! And by some chance, I had brought my dice along.
Wrong movie, Lenny.
Oh yeah. Anyway, I finally flew all the way up to the gates of heaven. But when I got there, there was a big, big problem. What do you mean there's a power cut in heaven? The gates are electric powered and I can't get in until the power is restored? Me repeating what you say is insulting to you? Anyway, eventually the power was restored and I got up to the gates of heaven. But before they would let me in, they asked me the question.
Lenny, you have done a lot of good in your life, but you have also done a lot of bad. So I will leave it up to you to decide your fate. Tell me 5 times you have helped out others during your life. If you can do this, you will get into heaven.
It seemed simple enough, but before I could answer him, I started dreaming that I was racing a Ferrari in Australia, but then I ran off the track. Right as I was about to have a crash too epic for this YouTube video, I woke up. And so that, Lila, is why you should do as your mum and dad say, and go to Sunday school.
Uncle Lenny, that was just a crazy dream you had. That didn't prove that I need to go to Sunday school at all.
It doesn't matter, Lila. You're going to Sunday school, right after we're done watching the Address to the Kingdom.
The Address to the Kingdom? What's that?
It's mandatory. Each year on this day, the King and Queen address the kingdom on TV. We have to watch. If we don't, we're breaking the law.
But I thought the Address to the Kingdom wasn't for another hour.
Daylight savings time was last night, Lenny. You're an hour behind.
Daylight savings time? So you mean what was 6 o'clock is now 7 o'clock?
Yes.
And what was 1 o'clock is now 2 o'clock?
Yes.
And what was 12 o'clock is now 13...
Lenny, whatever time you're thinking of, add 1 hour to it. That's daylight savings. Yes.
Ah, okay. I gotcha. Boy, I hope the King and Queen remember to set their clocks forward.
Hey honey, isn't there something really important we're supposed to do this morning?
We've got to address the kingdom in an hour!
I know that, but I feel like there was something else we were supposed to do.
I can't think of anything! Let's make out! Daddy, can't I go and see my boyfriend, Lenny the Lion?
Not now, sweetheart. I need you to help me do the news report for the Address to the Kingdom. Now, have you checked the lights, camera, audio, graphics, teleprompter, white balance, mic levels, B-roll, satellite, remote...
Yes, Daddy, I've checked everything. I'm sure of it.
All right. Well then, count me down.
Okay, Daddy, and we're live in 5, 4, 3, 2...
Good day, everyone. everyone, and welcome to our live coverage of the Address to the Kingdom. In just a few moments, we will be taking to Pride Rock, where the King and Queen will have our undivided attention for the next 30 minutes. Just a reminder that this is a mandatory viewing. Your TVs were all sent an electronic signal to turn on at the start of this broadcast, and no matter what the King or Queen say or do during the next 30 minutes, you may not leave the room or change the channel. If you do, you will be prosecuted. Alright, I'm now getting word that it is time. Let's go down to Pride Rock and see what our King and Queen have to say.
Alright, we've got a full hour to make out before we have to do the address to the kingdom.
Let's do it!
Dad, can I go to Sunday school now?
Hello, Lila, and welcome to Sunday School. I am Father Rakusa.
Wait, I thought Dad was my father. Is Dad not my father?
Yes, Shemshi is your father, Lila. It is
But then why did you say you were Father Rakusa?
Be patient, young one. I can explain. I am here to help you find God.
Oh, but I already know how to find God. He's up there on that magical disc in the sky.
Well, that may be true, Lila. There is more to finding God than just knowing where...
Oh, you're saying I have to go up there and meet him. No worries. I'll go and see my other father now. He has a pilot's license. Thank you, Father Rakusa. Hi, Dad.
Lila, aren't you supposed to be at Sunday school?
Well, aren't you supposed to be at work? You usually work on Sundays.
That's true, but today's a holiday, Lila. It's National Bad Decisions Day.
Really? What do you do on National Bad Decisions Day?
You choose to make bad decisions without thinking them through, like how I decided to invent this holiday and skip work. Your mum says that no one else celebrates National Bad Decisions Day and that I will probably get fired. But what does she know?
Indeed. Well, anyway, Dad, today at Sunday school, they told me that to find God, I need to go and visit him up at that giant disc in the sky. I was wondering if you could fly me up there with your pilot's license.
Gee, I'd love to, Lila, but our planes can't go that high. The air gets really thin that high up, and there's just not enough of it to hold a big, heavy airplane up that high in the sky.
Well, then, what if we used a glider? Those aren't heavy.
Now that's the National Bad Decisions Day spirit, Lila.
So we should do it?
Of course. But, oh,
What's wrong?
well, it's gonna take us a long time to build a glider, and your mum can't know that we're both working on it. She'd force us to stop. Come on, Lila, let's think. What's the way we can stop your mum from finding out we're building a glider?
Mum, Dad has some great news to tell you.
Hyenas are now endangered?
Nope, even better. We're going on a vacation to a place far, far away, where no one here will be able to contact us.
Oh, a remote vacation. All right, I'm game. When?
No, Sherry, when I said we, I meant just Lila and I. See, the place we're going is for cool lions only. And you're, well, what's the word you kids use nowadays, Lila?
Lame.
Lame. So, yeah, sorry, Sherry, but it's just me and Lila. We're leaving now.
Bye, Mum. Come see us when you're cool.
But I'm not lame.
This just in, Sherry is lame. Also, we have breaking news from our kingdom's capital, where the king and queen have been fired from the monarchy. Our on-site reporter has more. Wolfred!
I tell you the tale of Falcon and Queen. Boy, they are down on their luck. They have both lost their jobs as of this morning when everyone watched them both.
Finally, our final story of the day. This is my last broadcast in this town. I've been offered a promotion and will now be doing news reports in Feral City. It has been a pleasure serving you all, and I leave you with these words. We only have 9 lives. Make everyone count.
And we're clear. Daddy, you didn't tell me they gave you a promotion.
I wanted to keep it secret, but yes, we're gonna be rolling in the big bucks now, Peponi, in the big city.
But Daddy, doesn't that mean we both have to move? Feral City is 3 maps away.
No worries, Peponi. I already took care of it. I sold our house this morning and I found us a nice, cozy apartment on Main Street. Come on, I've already packed your stuff. Let's hit the road.
What? But Daddy, my boyfriend Lenny lives here. I'm not going to be able to see him anymore. Why are you taking me away from him?
Peponi, look, I'm sorry you won't be able to see Lenny, but you're very young.
This is because you think he's an idiot, don't you? Stupid is as stupid does, Daddy. When was the last time Lenny did something stupid?
Shavy's house is burning down, burning down, burning down. Shavy's house is burning down, my fair lady.
Lenny, why did you set my house on fire?
I heard that your family left you, and so I wanted to cheer you up.
And burning my home to the ground cheers me up. How?
Well, think about it. Your family lived in this house with you. But since they left without you, anytime you saw something in your house, you would be reminded of them. So I thought, if I burned everything in your house, you wouldn't be reminded of them anymore.
And so, where am I supposed to live?
You could always move back in with your parents.
Mousetraps!
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 Mousetraps! Mousetraps! Mousetraps! Mousetraps! Mousetraps!
Like hell that's happening. Lenny, since it was you who burned my house down, I say that you should give me a place to sleep tonight. I take one of your rooms, eat your food, and use your heating with no expense. That sounds fair, doesn't it?
Well, I think you've got pretty good heating here.
Lenny.
All right. Sheesh, what's your problem?
What's my problem? I've lost my house and my family in one day, Lenny. That's my problem. Well, at least I don't have it as bad as the King and Queen.
Yes! We don't have to do this stinking job no more!
Screw you, Pride Lands!
Let's party like it's 1994!
How late did we party until last night?
Whatever time it was, remember to add 1 hour!
Hey, we don't actually have enough to live off of for the rest of our lives. Perhaps we should go to the unemployment office.
I agree! Go!
So you would like to file for unemployment? I can help you file for unemployment. First, I will have to ask you a few questions before you can file for unemployment. Once I ask you the questions for you to file for unemployment, you must give me your most accurate answers so that I can submit your...
Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony. Stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Find the music and the stuff and with the drumsy handy.
to file for unemployment.
So you didn't apply for unemployment benefits?
Let's just apply for new jobs instead. Surely there's got to be someone around here who needs me to do a job for them. Good morning, Lenny. You look troubled. Is there something I can help you with?
Yeah, I've been waiting for Peponi to come outside, but she won't come play.
How long have you been waiting?
4 days.
4 days? Wow, that is a long time. Well, I think I can help you with your problem, Lenny. Either your friend Peponi is dead, or she's on her period.
My God, you are both idiots. Didn't you hear? Kanafa and Peponi left town. They live in Feral City now.
Ah, there you have it then.
No, don't listen to her, your former majesty. That's Sherry's boss, Wamariri. Shiri told me I must never, ever, ever listen to what Wamariri says, and it's all because Sherry's boss is a big, fat, stupid bitch.
You got me fired? You couldn't just stop at my family and my house. You had to make sure I lost my job, too.
Hey, at least you don't have to put up with Wamariri no more.
For heaven's sake, Lenny, that's not the point.
Look, Sherry, if it's any consolation, I'm having a rough day too. I just learned that my girlfriend left town. Peponi lives in Feral City now.
My heart bleeds for you.
Thank you. Boy, we've had a lot of depressing scenes strung together. Mr. Director, I think we'd all enjoy to be cheered up. Can we show a happy character, please? Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I am a happy character. My name is Scary Clownface, and I am the devil. All of the depressing scenes that you have seen have been great news for me, but one was more notable than the others. Once I learned that Shemshi and Lila were going to build a glider to get to heaven, I took them in as my prisoners. Since I am the devil, I can use these two and their glider to help get me up to heaven and overthrow its leaders. Then I will be able to unleash...
You'll never get away with this!
Shut up and get back to work.
Dad, why are we doing this? If we don't build the glider, he won't be able to unleash hell on all of our friends.
If you don't build the glider, I will burn Santa to a crisp, and there will never be Christmas again.
Ho ho ho! This fire is hot!
Okay, we'll build the glider, Scary Clownface.
Very good. Additionally, it's also very good news for me that Kanafa and Peponi left town. Lenny's dream wasn't just a dream, it actually happened, and he is the only one in position to help everyone who's having a bad day out. I've just got to hope he doesn't realise that, and I don't think he will. Ever since Peponi left town, Lenny has become very depressed. And Peponi, well, she's not happy either.
City?
Oh, I don't know about that, Peponi. You've just got to find the right places to go. What is it that you feel like doing?
Well, what I really feel like doing is going to the beach. Is Feral City a coastal town, Daddy?
Not really, but there is something nearby that closely resembles a beach.
And the moral of the story is never try and outrun a cheetah.
Great story, brother. Boy, that story really cheered me up. I love fantastical stories about mythical animals like dragons and griffins and cheetahs.
Uncle Lenny, I escaped.
Lila? Escaped? From what?
Well, Dad and I were going to the airport, but then we were stopped by an angry clown who took us as prisoners in hell, and he told us to build a glider for him so that he could take over heaven and rule the world.
Whoa! That was a great story, Lila.
Uncle Lenny, that wasn't a story. It really happened.
Now it's my turn to tell a story. Here's one I wrote in college. Once upon a time there were two neighbouring snakes. One was a moody corn snake called Corny. The other was a fat black snake called Gus.
Uncle Lenny, is this a porno?
Not this time, no. Now Corny and Gus lived in Big Cypress National Preserve in Flowrider. But just outside the preserve, there was a zoo which housed a cobra. Then one night the cobra escaped from the zoo and slithered to the National Preserve where he was free. The end.
Uncle Lenny, that doesn't sound like the end. Can you read the rest to me as a bedtime story?
Sure, as long as I can sing my snake story theme song first. This is a story about snakes. I hope you'll enjoy this story about snakes.
Lovely. So what's the cobra's name?
The cobra is called Hood, and once Hood enters a preserve, he meets a coral snake called Coral. Hood and Coral are very pleased to meet each other because they're both poisonous, and most snakes aren't. That's disgusting, says Hood, once Coral told him that most snakes in the preserve are non-venomous. Those non-poisonous snakes are maggots. We should chase them out of a preserve so that everyone fears us.
So the poisonous snakes are the bad guys?
Not all of them. For example, on the other side of a preserve, there are two friendly, but poisonous, rattlesnakes, called Music and Rattler, and they tell Corny the corn snake that he should be friendlier to his neighbour Gus.
How do they convince him to do that?
Why, they sing a song. You need a friend, you need a friend, you need a friend to pull you through. You need a friend, you need a friend, you need a friend, we can help you. So Corny decides to be a better friend to his neighbour Gus, as well as a pretty green snake called Sasha, and also this other kin snake called Edward. Intermission.
Intermission, said Lenny. Say, break time. Oh, gummy candy. Oh, gummy candy.
Meanwhile, Hood and Coral have gathered all of the poisonous snakes together for a meeting, and Hood tells them that they should chase all the non-venomous snakes out so that they control the preserve. But Hood's speech is overheard by a red-tailed hawk named Ayita, and so she goes to warn the non-venomous snakes.
Do they believe her?
At first, no. Ayita tells Corny a group of poisonous snakes are taking over the park, but Corny ignores her. However, Sasha believes her, and Sasha says, that's awful. Whoever can stop those horrible poisonous snakes will be the bravest snake in the preserve. And so Corny starts a group called the League of Serpents for Eradicating the Rebel Snakes. Gus came up with a name.
So now the two groups fight?
Almost. However, right before the fight, Corny is attacked by a bear. Sasha saves him, but then she finds out that Corny only started the group to get to know her better, and he doesn't really care about Hood. Sasha gets mad and Corny is injured, and so no one trusts anyone anymore, and their group dissolves. But like Corny said to them, snakes can never trust each other. That's why I never wanted to be friends with you all in the first place.
Well, that's a sad ending.
Yes, it would be, if it wasn't for what happened next. You need a friend, you need a friend, you need a...
That song's old, Lenny. Can we try a new one?
Sure, how about this one? We can do great things. We can do great things. We may not have legs or fur or wings, but we can do great things. We can do great things.
Lila?
We can do great things.
Lila!
We may not have legs or fur or wings,
or arms or talons, or eyebrows or claws, or hearts or souls, or...
Lila.
Sorry, but...
We can do great things.
Lila, you're back. Where's Shemshi?
Hold on, Mum. Lenny's got to finish the bedtime story.
Bedtime story? What?
So the two groups make their way to a clearing and are set to do battle, when suddenly a snowflake lands on Hood's nose. Everybody hibernate!
Oh, no, go this way. Oh, go that way. Oh boy, it's hot over here. Oh, hot. Oh. 3 months Later.
Alright, this time they're set to do battle, and so they fight. During the fight, Coral bites Corny's tail, and Edward bites Hood's tail. It's at this moment that they all realise that red on black, you're alright, Jack, and red on yellow, killer fellow.
So they were both lying. Edward is a poisonous coral snake and Coral is a harmless king snake?
Yep, so Hood tries to wash Edward's poison out by the river, which doesn't work actually. Instead, all it did was help a nearby alligator smell his blood, and then the alligator comes up and eats Hood whole.
What about the others? Do they still fight?
No, Edward had been friends with the non-venomous snakes all along, and Coral had been friends with the poisonous snakes all along. Both groups realised that they were no different, and so they all shook tails and returned home. Corny and Sasha got married and had children, and Music and Rattler started singing folk songs about the great battle. The end.
Lenny, I appreciate you reading a bedtime story to my daughter, but is there actually a moral to this story?
There sure is.
What?
Never, ever with the ecosystem.
I don't believe it. I just don't believe it.
Sorry I said in front of your daughter, Sherry.
It's not you I'm angry with, Lenny. It's Lila. You and Shemshi both lied to me, and now he's stuck who knows where, building a glider for the devil so that he can take over heaven and the earth.
Why would Chemshi want to do that?
And to make matters worse, I spent my last dollar today. Now I'm homeless, unemployed, and broke.
You know, it's times like this I always reach out to my good friend Guvu. He's always willing to loan me money. I'm sure he'd be willing to loan you some too.
What's the catch?
He's on a business trip in Feral City.
Ah, I see. You're just trying to find an excuse to go to Feral City so that you can be with your girlfriend Peponi. Need I remind you, Lenny, that travelling to Feral City costs money? Where am I going to find money to go to Feral City to get the money?
Oh, I know. I was watching a movie the other day called Les Miserables, and there was a woman in desperate need of money, so they dressed her up real pretty and she got to work with government employees on the street.
Lila, I am not becoming a prostitute.
Agreed. But I know another movie we can copy from.
Titanic? How did you... You know what? I'm not even going to ask. Just tell me your plan.
I draw a picture of you lying on a couch inside the Titanic in the nude.
And it didn't even cross your mind for one split second that... You know what? I'm just going to shut up. There's no way of talking you out of this anyway. Just do your thing. What's the worst that can happen?
Damn iceberg.
So what happened to the drawing?
Oh, don't worry about that, Sherry. I locked it in a safe on the ship to protect it. Now all we need to do is wait for the rescue crew to come and lift it out, and boom! We'll be millionaires. We'll have more money than the king and queen. We're broke!
It's okay. I've made resumes for both of us. Mine says Kin, 1994 to 2018, and yours says Queen, 1994 to 2018.
What are we gonna do with all the blank space below?
We don't need it. Being the former king and queen, we should be able to get a job anywhere.
We're still unemployed!
We've tried every job in the kingdom. Maybe we should sell our house and move to Feral City.
We can't sell our house! There's not a market for rocks anymore!
You're right. Look, if we expect the community to give us a job, we're gonna have to give them something first.
We need to make an investment!
Exactly. Listen, I'll give you $100 and you go out and make sure you spend it wisely.
And tonight's winning lottery numbers are 8, 15, 22, 24, 69, and the bonus ball is 2.
You should have bought scratch-offs.
What are you guys doing working at the Food Human?
No one else wants to hire us.
We don't have any experience doing anything!
friend!
Well, that doesn't matter. Haven't you heard? Getting a job isn't based on what you've done anymore. It's all about who you know. Surely you have a friend or two who owe you a favour. And so the former king and queen went to work for Disney, and they released a movie that was so successful that they never had to worry about money again. And now, Sherry, you'll never have to worry about money again either. They recovered my new drawing of you from the Titanic.
I am beside myself with joy.
Did you want to take a look?
Sure. How about I just let you take a photo? The following scene was filmed in front of a live studio audience.
I'm home!
Welcome home, Dad!
And how have you been today, sweetie?
Bored? I miss all my friends!
Well, go out there and make new friends. You're never gonna meet anyone new watching TV all day.
Look, Dad! While I was channel surfing, I found the Machungwaville news! They got your old friends in Goonza to replace you!
In other news, this Saturday there will be a special event happening at the Machungwaville Airport, where local aviation fanatic Shenshi Roxon will attempt to launch a glider high into the sky. Experts predict that if a glider reaches its targeted projection, it may actually make it all the way up to the gates of heaven.
I mean, it's a cool story, but the way he presents it makes it sound so boring. He's nowhere near as good as a news anchor as you, Daddy.
Which is why I get to work in Feral City now. When are you gonna start singing this as a good thing, Peponi?
I just really miss home.
Okay, I see. Look, if it would cheer you up, let's take a day off and travel back to Machungwaville on Saturday. You're right, that does sound cool.
You really mean it? We can visit Machungwaville this Saturday?
Sure.
Oh, thank you, Daddy.
Kanafa and Peponi are coming back for a visit? That's wonderful news!
Ha! Now Lenny won't be as depressed anymore. Your plan is going to fail, scary clown face.
On the contrary, I really don't care how Lenny feels anymore. My plan has gone too far for it to fail. All that Kanafa and Peponi coming to visit means is that there will be even more animals around to watch me take over the heavens and the earth. This plan will never fail, not even after your daughter found a way to escape.
Oh yeah? What if she tells everyone about your plan?
And who's going to believe her? Would you believe someone if they told you there was no Santa Claus?
I don't believe in Santa. How can you not believe in me? Ho ho! I'm right over here, being tortured. Ho ho!
Shut up! Look, this plan will work, and millions are gonna watch it unfold in front of their very eyes.
Millions?
That's right, and it's all thanks to your wife.
Sherry, I just heard the news. Congratulations, you're a millionaire.
I'm what?
Our government's been trying to promote local tourism. Lenny sold the drawing of you to the government, and they put it up on the billboard at the entrance of town, and now it's drawing in crowds from across the globe. People are paying big money just to see a drawing of you naked.
By the drawing, I assume you mean the photo?
Nope, the drawing.
Well, I guess that's not so bad. I mean, hardly anyone can tell that it's a drawing of me.
Hey everybody, I found the naked lioness from the drawing.
Lenny, why did you sell the drawing of me to... Hey, my house!
Yep, I got it rebuilt so you don't have to live with me anymore. And don't worry about the payment, I covered it with my share of the money from the drawing. Now, what do you say?
I would say thank you, Lenny, but you were the one who burned my house down in the first place. Also, you still cost me my job.
Sherry, I begrudgingly admit that no one else in town will work for me, and so I'm offering you your job back at double salary. Since you're a millionaire now, though, and can afford to spend the rest of your life not working, I understand if you reject it.
Also, Sherry, since our movie was so successful, they're making a live-action remake of it. Mr. Mouse says he'll pay you handsomely to be a background character in it if you wish.
Well, okay, so I got my home and my job back, but we're still missing Shamshi.
Here I am! Hey! Our house looks a lot cleaner than when I left. Did you get it repainted?
Shamshi, aren't you supposed to be being held captive by the devil?
I was, but then I finished the glider, so he let me go. He said I could be another set of eyes among all the tourists in Machungwaville to watch the heavens fall.
Tourists?
Yeah. Since you and the Queen made a movie and are now celebrities, and the naked drawing of Sherry is bringing all the perverts into this town, we have more tourists than New York City. I even heard Branners and Gooms is going to be doing a live news report from the scene so that everyone in the world can watch my glider take flight.
But wait, isn't that a bad thing? The devil taking over the earth is a bad thing, right?
Hello everyone, and welcome to this special report. Machungwaville News is live from the airport, where we are about to witness a glider fly all the way up to the gates of heaven. I am here with the pilot. Say, aren't you Scary Clownface?
The devil? Of course not. I'm his cousin's, nephew's, brother's father, Scary Pilot Face. After all, if I was Scary Clownface, why would I be wearing this?
Well, that doesn't raise any alarm bells from me. But some critics have pointed out that you are carrying a bomb on your glider that would be capable of blowing up the gates of heaven.
Oh, they've got it all wrong. See, the bomb on board is actually an emergency propulsion system. If the glider isn't flying well enough, I can drop a bomb and blow it up. The energy from the blast would then act as an extra boost to get me to the gates of heaven.
I now turn to the Machungwaville preacher, Father Rakusa. Father, what is the church's view on what is about to happen?
A long time ago, we tried to build a tower to reach the gates of heaven, and God gave us all a different language, and we couldn't complete it. It will be interesting seeing what God gives us this time if we should fail.
What if it's a deadly disease?
Then I guess we all get to go to heaven sooner.
So it would seem. Well, thank you for your time, Scary Pilot Face and Father Rakusa. Millions of people have tuned in to watch this event, and the glider is set to launch in just under 10 minutes.
Okay, I could be going out on a limb here, but I think that could be Scary Clownface in disguise, and he could actually be planning to blow up the gates of heaven with that bomb.
Very interesting observations, Lenny. And, what colour is the sky,
Look, if what Lenny is saying is right, we need to find a way to detonate that bomb while the glider is still in flight.
But how do we detonate a bomb?
Put it in your house.
Lenny, shut it.
Come on, Shamshi. You're the one who built the glider. How do we detonate the bomb?
Well, we can't. Not from down here, there's not enough time. We need to find a way to shoot it down with a missile or something once it takes off.
I'm not the king anymore, Shamshi. I don't have the authority to launch any missiles. We're gonna have to find something else.
A Ferrari.
A what?
You still own a Ferrari, right? It came to me in a dream. I just never realised it until now. I need to drive that Ferrari up a ramp and crash it into the glider as soon as it takes off. This will dislodge a bomb and cause the glider to crash.
And what do you suppose would happen to you in a Ferrari? Why do you have to do this, Lenny?
Because I am the fastest lion who has ever lived. Wow, I've never seen so many animals in Machungwaville before.
Mousetraps!
Kind of makes you miss the place, huh, Daddy?
This is incredible, Peponi. Grab a camera. We need to do a story on this.
Oh, Daddy, can't we go just one day without filming something? I want to find my boyfriend, Lenny.
How do you expect to find Lenny in a crowd full of millions like this?
He's probably the one in the Ferrari. Lenny!
Peponi?
Lenny!
Peponi!
I missed you, Lenny. What are you doing in that Ferrari? You're not going to see the glider launch?
It's not good news, Peponi. Scary Clownface is behind this glider launch. He's going to use it to get up to the gates of heaven and blow it up. This Ferrari has to go up a ramp and knock the glider out of the sky. And I have to do it, because I am the fastest lion who has ever lived.
So that may be, but you're still not as fast as a cheetah.
Not this again.
It is now time for Scary Pilot Face to take off in the glider. This is a huge moment for Machungwaville and Machungwaville News.
Attention everyone! The glider stunt is not good news! The real heroes of the day are Lenny and Peponi, who are both in this Ferrari racing car, trying to knock the glider out of the sky.
And here goes the glider being launched. This event is really going to put Machungwaville on the map.
And here goes the Ferrari trying to stop Scary Clownface from taking over the heavens and the earth. They're only gonna have one shot at this.
The glider is in the air, but what's that red thing over there? I hope it doesn't hit the glider.
And the Ferrari takes off! Come on, hit it!
I have never been so relieved to see our house blow up.
Scary Pilot Face, what happened that stopped you from reaching the gates of heaven?
I'll tell you what happened, Zungoomza. This is Scary Clownface. He's just in an ingenious disguise. He was gonna blow up the gates of heaven and unleash
Lenny!
Fortunately, Lenny the lion was able to quickly think of a way to stop him. You need to do a better job of getting all the sides of a story, Bwana.
You know, this reporting job is too difficult for me. Do you want this job back, Kanafa? Now that tourism is up in Machungwaville, they're offering double salary.
Please say yes, Daddy.
Well, I would be delighted to, sweetheart. You're right, I have missed this place. But unfortunately, the rent in Feral City was so high, I don't have enough money to buy our old house back. I can buy it for you. I have enough left over from all the money I made from Sherry's drawing.
And then we could be neighbours again.
Yay!
Hey, guys, what shall we do with him? He tortured Santa Claus. He deserves to be punished.
I think I have just the solution.
Mousetraps!
Mousetraps, mousetraps, mousetraps. So, Lenny, can you name 5 times that you've helped out others?
I sure can. At first, I read Lila a bedtime story. Then, I helped our king and queen get new jobs. Thirdly, I helped Sherry get her house, family, and job back. Then I helped stop Satan from taking over the world. And finally, I helped Kanafa and Peponi move back to Machungwaville. So, can I get into heaven now?
Honestly, Lenny, I just made that whole challenge up. You were always destined to get into heaven.
Oh. Well, the whole last hour seem kind of pointless.
Perhaps, but I have a way to make it up to you. I will let you know just one of the many secrets of the universe. What is the meaning of life? What existed before the Big Bang? Is there life in outer space? You name it, I'll answer it.
And tonight's winning lottery numbers are 2, 13, 20, 31, 43, and the bonus ball is 7. Damn it, I forgot to buy a ticket.
And so, Sarge, that's what happens in The Lion Angel. So, can I go and watch it?
Very well. Off you go.
Yay!